former school teacher wants a second chance. Scott McMurray was sentenced to up to 30 years in prison for molesting young boys.
Now he wants out of prison. For every crime, there's a story in The Truth Matters. Here's ABC4 senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
None of the victims of Scott McMurray were students of his, but in the end, one of the victims had enough courage to put an end to all this. And years later, the two meet again, this time in prison at McMurray's parole hearing.
From 2008 to 2013 and possibly earlier, you groomed, lured, masturbated, and sexually abused 4 boys.
And it happens when Scott McMurray takes his victims on drives or outdoor excursions in the Weber County area. At the time, McMurray is a veteran teacher at an Ogden elementary school. None of the young victims are students, but he's known to make lewd comments at the school, according to authorities. He's arrested after one of his victims tells a church leader about McMurray's habits outside the classroom. In 2013, he's sentenced to up to 30 years in prison on multiple counts of sex abuse and sodomy. But after 7 years in prison, McMurray's eligible for parole and appears to make a case for his release before the parole board.
I was really not trying to hurt anybody. I was trying to help, I thought, but obviously I was flawed in my thinking, and I know that now. And so I've changed my life in that regard.
We're here to see if Scott's really a different person.
One of the victims also appears at McMurray's hearing. His identity will not be disclosed, but he tells the hearing officer of McMurray's betrayal.
I do not think he should be able to get out. I think he should serve his entire sentence. What he did to my family and me is unforgivable. I mean, he was part of the church.
McMurray's now in the state's sex offender registry. At the time of his crime, he admits denial allowed him to molest the young boys. But he says the time in prison gives him an understanding of the pain he causes.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that at the time that I was causing that much trouble and that people want me to be in here for the rest of my life. I don't understand that.
I do not think he will ever be the man that he says he is. I think he should stay in there for the rest of his life.
Whether McMurray is released from prison is hard to say. The hearing officer did advise him that he hasn't served the minimum time recommended by the judge. It'll be up to the Board of Pardons to decide whether or not they'll follow the advice of the judge or set him free. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.